G'day YouTube, welcome back to my channel Bonsai Works. Today what I'm doing is catching up on my work that I should have done on my pines in late autumn. Now it's early winter. I've been working so busy on client trees that I have not had a chance to work on my own trees. This little black pine, it's coming up really nicely. You can see how well it's developing now. I've probably got a new front fork in about there now. I'm going to restyle the tree in that kind of position, I'm hoping, or somewhere around there. But really it's maintenance work. So I'm going to do all my pines pretty much, try to get them all done in one go. So I need to go through, I work from the top down. By now you would have had, if you cut the candles in December of on black pines, you would have should have multiple new candles or buds in that at that cut spot. Sometimes I found that when I'm getting to this stage where it's starting to get much more developed, I only get 3 maximum. I don't get usually any more. 2 usually, which is great. I don't have to cut any off. So when you get 3, you got to take one out. So that's the process. I usually take the one in the middle, leave the ones on the side. They usually come out in 3s. Most likely they come out side, and one up. Take the one up and leave the 2 on the side. We also take the chance to take the opportunity to pluck old needles off the tree. Any dead needles, pluck off, keeping it really compact. I also try with the candles, I also look at rewiring some of the trees now. It's a good time to rewire. Everything's set, everything's hardened off, so it's a good chance to rewire as well. So when I look at rewiring, if the candles like this, candles could usually come out like that sometimes, and I usually just tip them up, wire them and tip them up a little bit. If I need to, I pluck the ones underneath that are going down. So that's the process. So pretty much I start all from the top down and work my way, cleaning up all the foliage, trimming off the 3 from 3 to 2. That's pretty much it. I've shown you in previous videos that many times. I'm just going to go work through this tree quickly and clean it up, and you can see the difference. Hopefully you can see a difference. If I get time to wire some of these foliage as well, it'd be great. And try and make sure I can find the new angle I want to repot this tree in springtime. Alright, so I'm going to go off and just do that process. So hopefully it won't take me too long, and we'll come back and have a look at the result. Alright, so after cleaning up the tree and candle, taking off the bud selecting, there wasn't a huge amount of three in one spot, man. Mostly they were 2, so it's really good. There was a couple 3s, but that's about it. That's the most I got in one spot, which is really good. Then I needle plucked to try to even out the foliage, and then I rewired some areas. Mainly it was the periphery of the tree, the outside stuff of the tree. So what happens when you wire, last year or 2 years, and the wire's still on there, the branch has outgrown the wire, so it's gone further than the wire, so I've had to reapply wire. Tweak the angles, tweak the front a little bit. I like this a bit more now, the front. It looks really good. One thing I have to still do is clean up all the dead wood, which I haven't done. It's quite dirty. Like this is actually all dead wood, but it's really dirty and filthy. I need to clean it. Haven't had a chance, but we'll get to that. But really today was about refining, bud selecting, needle plucking and rewiring. So that's just one pine. I've got more that I'll do, and I'll just flow on, one after the other after this one. But there's one nicely completed. I think this would be getting very close to show quality. Not there yet. Probably another 2 seasons maybe. I would like to get all the wire off it first. All the main wire, all the main wire on the tree, not the small one, so all the heavy wire I want to get rid of. Get all the gins all cleaned up and in a new pot. So I've got a pot already picked up for this coming season, and we'll repot it. But all in all, it's coming along really well, starting to really thick up. I'd like a couple more years of bud growth, a bit more fuller, and then it'll look good. So move on to another tree. Alright, so here is another little black pine. It's one-sided. I've shown you this tree before in the past. It's got a pretty good back as well. The back's pretty nice as well. Back's pretty good too, but I eventually chose the front as being this area. So again, it looks a bit raggedy. Need to clean that up, bud select, needle pluck, and then rewire. So it's pretty standard, straightforward. You'll be able to see a lot of these, like, Can you see how there's, I'm not sure if you can see, really older needles which I will pluck off a lot of the time. So pretty interesting tree. One-sided, as I said. I just want to rewire it. I can see already we really needs a rewire, so I'll take the time this time to rewire it and position everything. Really clean this tree up. Leave all the new buds in twos everywhere, and hopefully this tree comes along really well next year as well. Alright, so I'll go away. I'll probably put it on, maybe I'll try a time lapse on this one because it's just a bit smaller, and you'll see how I clean up and go through that process. Okay. Alright, so after fully wiring the tree again, I didn't fully wire it, took a lot of the outside tertiary wire off and rewired some of the areas. Looks still a little bit messy in the camera, but I can assure you it's much better structured now. We've got much more layering happening. I changed this branch to be more that direction. So really, it was actually coming forward into the front. Now I'm trying to give the tree a bit more direction this way. Possibly have to reduce this one a bit, the next branch, just to bring it in. But other than that, apex needs a lot of filling out in here. It's a bit bald, but other than that, it's come along really well in terms of it's starting to. I had to really hack into it in a way just to get it back into a place where the branches are fanned out a lot more, so light gets in. Lots of feeding should help with back budding, more buds, and much healthier tree. I think this season wasn't the best in Australia for pines, black pines, with the second growth, but you never know. But all in all, I think it's come along okay. It'll just get back in the benches, get lots of sun, water, feed, etc. And the wire will stay on quite a while, as nothing was cutting in on the wire that I put on previously. It was probably at least 2 years ago. So at least 2 years ago, I probably put wire on this, and then I just rewired it today, and there was nothing cutting in really. So that's pretty good. That's a good thing. Other than that, that's 2 black pines that I've done. I've got some bigger ones that I have to do, which are a bit hard to move, but I'll see if I can do another video on those. But for now, there's 2 little black pines. Bit of maintenance work, improving the trees all the time to get a better tree. Alright guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.